Welcome to the engineering complex at Kansas State University, the place where Little Apple Manufacturing was formed in 2018. The class has held meetings every Tuesday and Thursday to build a great company based on the knowledge acquired during the past 4 years of school, where the main goal is to create quality products. Where the people work hard on handcrafted novelty coaster sets and specially designed wine racks.
Do something different and come back. A gap on the side, so you should be able to turn this one.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And it just splinters the wood, so we've seen like a lot of those.
There's a couple, yeah, maybe like manually.
Thing that we found the other day.
Alright guys, that's all we had. We'll see you next week.
Cool, thank you.
Hey Trent, a couple of us are going to go to the bill and get some beers.
I'm sorry man, I can't. I have to run these numbers to crunch. Gotta figure out all the pricing.
Gotta do what you gotta do. See you, bud.
Hold on. Something's not right. These numbers, they don't make sense. Hold on. Someone is stealing from the company. Anna, it's Trent. I saw something very unsettling. I'm calling for an emergency exec meeting tomorrow at 9. Okay, I'll see you there. Thanks.
Okay, Trent, what is this meeting all about?
Last night I was reviewing our financials and everything had been looking fine, but someone had ended up stealing from our company. I couldn't believe it myself, but I double checked and the numbers, that's what they say.
How is that possible?
I think someone's taken some of the finished products and selling them for their own profit.
I can't believe this.
Hey, Dr. Reese, can I see you in my office when you get done?
Sure.
Alright guys, so what are we going to do about this?
I think we should bring in a professional. But who?
Good afternoon, class. We have some new business to discuss today. It's been recently discovered that someone has been stealing our finished products and selling them on their own. We decided the best plan is just continue production as normal, but we have brought in a detective that over the next few days is going to look at our operations. He is one of the best in the world, solving over 1,000 cases.
Who is it? Sizlove. Sam Sizlove. There's not a case in the world I can't solve. You can bet I'm going to figure out who's stealing from Little Apple Manufacturing.
Why are you wearing sunglasses inside?
Hey, I ask the questions around here, and I'm going to keep on asking these questions so I figure out who stole from this company. Now, this is Assistant Detective Walbridge.
Hey, I'm Detective Walbridge.
Whoa there, Rook. Assistant Detective. And?
Detective Sizlove and Detective Walbridge will be conducting a few interviews and looking over our production to try and find the thief.
Not try and find. Will find. Miss Pyle. Detective Sizlove.
Assistant Detective Walbridge.
So, Ms. Pyle, as CEO of Little Apple Manufacturing, what exactly do you do?
So as CEO, I head the HR department and I run executive meetings and lead class.
The HR department oversees company policies, including the attendance policy, harassment policy, and the peer evaluations. We are a resource shareholders can utilize if they are concerned about the actions or attitude of another member of the company. I also lead each class meeting by presenting the agenda using parliamentary procedure. I create the cahoots and lead the class through discussions and voting. During executive meetings, each officer reports an update, and I help encourage communication between departments while offering ideas to better the company.
There's no way she had anything to do with this, but we probably get some of this information out there.
So, Miss Pyle, do you have any other information you think you could give us that would help us with this investigation?
Well, I know the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, has been asking a lot of questions about inventory. And I know she needs to keep the website updated as much as possible, but she's been overly wanting to update and feels a little bit strange.
That is a little strange, bro.
We'll get on it as soon as possible and let you know what we've done.
Let me know if you have any more follow-up questions. I really want to get that figured out.
We'll do, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Ms. Ladner, I'm Detective Sizlove. I'm here for a few questions. I know that you know there's been missing inventory, and I know you being the very organized person that you are, how could this possibly go over your head?
You know, that's a really good question. I've checked it over and over and over, and I don't understand where it's going. But in the marketing department, we don't really deal a lot with what goes on in the lab other than me. So within the marketing department, we have a lot of different responsibilities in addition to developing the plan to market and sell the products. We have to manage a lot of the inventory, but we have one person that was in charge of the website, so we had to make sure inventory was updated on the website. We also have someone in charge of social media that was basically the front runner for making sure people knew about our products. And then we had a lot of other little tasks, mostly making sure that we were getting the production order request to the production team. It's important for me to be down in the lab quite often just because I need to manage the inventory and make sure things are getting done. And if we have priority orders, I need to make sure people know about it. I understand why you're coming to me, but I just want to be very clear that I don't have any more information, and you'll probably want to talk to the production team.
It can't be her. Well, thank you for your time. It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Tolkis, I'm Detective Sizlove. This is Assistant Detective Walbridge. We need a minute of your time.
What's this about?
Hey, cut the sass, Chief.
Sorry. Step into my office. Straight inside.
So, what is it you do here as Chief of Operations?
Our department's been responsible for preparing for and executing the production of products. We created the production schedule for the semester and planned the manufacturing processes for the lab. Our quality team has created standard operating procedures for each product and established quality checks in the process. The safety team has trained the class and prepared our lab according to OSHA standards. Our material handlers are responsible for preparing inventory management, tracking, and recording materials.
Can't be Hembrook. Who else has access to it?
Just the production supervisors and Dr. Reese, of course.
It's gotta be the CDO. Alright, thank you for your time, and here's my card.
What's up, Dave? We know you're the one behind this mess.
Hey, now, you can't come into my place of business and talk to me like that.
You're full of it, Richelano.
What are you guys even talking about?
We have good reason to believe that you're behind all this mess.
Maybe if you guys would do your job better and start asking the right questions and talking to the right people, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, that's what we're here to do.
Easy there, Sherlock. Well, as the CDO of Little Apple Manufacturing, I'm responsible for the design and manufacturing of the product for the company. We took the ideas from the class and from the design teams themselves, put pen to paper using the SolidWorks 3D modeling program, and went through quite a few iterations in order to come up with the finalized product. Once we had the designs and prototypes in hand, we were able to make fixtures and finalize those fixtures in order for a standardized process. What's with the music?
What music?
Once we had the designs and prototypes in hand, we were able to make fixtures and finalize those fixtures in order for a standardized process. So the first step of the coasters is to actually plane all the wood that is given to us. The next procedure is to take that planed wood and go to the miter saw and start making the different cuts. The first component was the base of the back part of the coaster. We planed down to 3/4 of or half an inch. For the first component, the base and the bottom, of the coaster holder. It measures 3.75 inches wide by 5 inches long. In order to make those cuts, we used fixture A using the red holes in order to get to the 3 3/4 inch cut. After that, we move on to fixture B using the pink holes in order to get the 5-inch cut to bring it to the final dimensions. Components 2 and 3 are the box walls for the coaster holder. The first component, component 2 is 4.25 inches long by 2 inches wide. Component 3 is a 2-inch by 2-inch square, with each of them have a 45-degree angle on one of the ends. We first started out by using fixture B, the black holes of that, in order to make a 5 7/8 inch cut. Then we would remove fixture B and place pins in fixture A using the orange holes to make the 2-inch cut. Then we took the second cut, reducing the 4-inch side to 2 inches, and then we made sure to check the piece measures 5 7/8 inches by 2 inches. From there, we'd adjust the miter saw to 45 degrees using the knob on the back to loosen and tighten the blade. We then placed pins in fixture B using the purple holes to make the 2-inch cut. Place the 5 7/8 inch by 2-inch piece flush against the fixture in order to make that cut. We made sure when making these 45-degree cuts that we used a hand safety mechanism in order to keep our hands away from the blade as best as possible. Component 4 is the long front face. And in order to complete this, it was an 8-inch long piece by 2.5 inch wide. We used the miter saw once again for this in order to complete the process using fixture B, the navy holes, which would create the 8-inch cut. Then we remove that fixture and place pins in fixture A using the blue holes to make the 2.5 inch cut. We then rotate the part 90 degrees and make that second cut, reducing the 4-inch side to 2.5 inches. So for final assembly, we used just regular Loctite 3 for all these pieces. We first assembled the long side pieces to the base and let those sit and dry, and then we finalized the box by gluing the 2 short angle pieces to the back of the box in order to complete the box. Once we had the box completed, then we would take the pieces that came from the laser for the front faces and would glue those to the back box at the final assembly point. After the step of everything being glued together, it's taken to the foundry in Tim's lab to get 2 coats of linseed oil and let that dry prior to getting the coasters set inside and final wrapping. For the coasters themselves, we used 1/4-inch thick pieces of aluminum that we have laser cut by I&M Fabrication up in St. Joseph, Missouri. Once we receive those pieces, we use the soft jaws, the aluminum soft jaws in the Haas CNC mill. We tighten those down with the piece inside and we run the machine. The machine runs for about 4.5 minutes before they're completed. Once they're completed, we take them out. Go to the belt sander and get rid of all the excess edge that there is in order to, on the coasters themselves, in order to make it nice, have a nice feel to the consumer. We then wash them and take them back to the powder coat lab, where we powder coat each coaster with a super gloss clear coat. Which gives it a very nice durable finish as well as a nice shine to it. Once they're done baking, we then use the neoprene backing and apply that to the coasters for the finalized product before we stack them in groups of 4 and they'll be packaged and shipped out the door. Each board needs to be planed using the planer. Then the material is cut to the specified width on the table saw. The centerpiece and base piece are cut to length on the compound miter saw, and then the centerpiece is transferred to the drill press and the base is moved to the router. The base is routed on all 4 top edges, then is ran through the dado blade on the table saw. The centerpieces have the bottom holes and the face holes drilled and counterbored on the drill press and is then sent to the router to be routed on all edges. And to be wood burned with a power cat. The diagonal pieces are cut on the compound miter saw using the specified fixture and are moved to the new drill press. The wine bottle holes and the pre-drilled screw holes are both drilled on the new drill press, then the diagonal is routed on the 2 outside edges. All pieces must be sanded smooth before assembly. To assemble the diagonal pieces to the centerpiece, screws and wood glue are both used to ensure stability. After the diagonals are in place, wood plugs are used to hide the screws on both sides of the wine rack and then are sanded down smooth. The assembly and the base are then sent to the foundry to be stained separately. Once the sand is dried, the base is glued and screwed to the top assembly, then wood plugs are placed on the bottom of the base. The wood plugs are sanded down and bottom is stained. The wine rack is then sprayed with polyurethane and packaged.
Not effective.
My God. It's over, Reese. We know it was you.
Hello, Detective.
But Dr. Kramer. But why?
I've been doing this every year since we started MSDA. I had a nice little retirement cushion built up before you showed up.
You'll never get away with this. Backup's on its way.
I've already gotten away with this, and it's not the first time.
I'm sorry, Dr. Kramer. It's over.
No.
Put your hands behind your back. This way. Dr. Reese, we just want to apologize for focusing this investigation on you.
Hey guys, not a problem, but make sure you work on your journal if you want to pass this class.
Yes, we'll get started right away.
It's truly been a fun experience.
Yeah, this last semester's been awesome.
Not just this last semester, college overall.
Yeah, really enjoyed the IE department.
Me too.
Well, figure working on those journal entries if we want to graduate.
I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths. Achilles with his gold, Hercules with his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. And clearly I don't see my name upon the list. She said, where'd you wanna go?